Welcome back, everybody. This is Stout Sportsman. I'm Matt. He's Scott. We have the St. John's River fantasy fishing picks going on. What's going on there,
Yeah.
Scott?
I guess not a whole lot in our, fantasy fishing realm of things.
Yeah, it's been
Um,
pretty rough.
right before we went live, you showed up and you have your Ghost Rods hat on, and I had the same exact one on, and I changed because of luck, and then I saw that, and I'm like, let's just go back to the other one, so we
Yeah,
don't look like we're twins.
right.
So
See, this is the
yeah,
camo. It looks black when I'm sitting back, but it is camo.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh, So, anyways, I'm kind of glad to see St. John's because we actually have some history, and I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
we can get something rolling.
um, quite a bit of history. I mean, you got what 2022 all the way back to 2019 at least, and then I'm sure there's a
Yep.
couple more back. I didn't look back that far, but
Yeah, I mean, after
plenty
you
of
get past
history.
19,
Yeah,
after you get past the whole MLF,
right.
everybody leaving. After you get past 19, like those kind of stats, I think are kind of thrown out the window just because of there's so much, you know, um, roster change.
Right, right. The other thing too. I mean, there is good history here, but I think almost all of it is mid-February.
Yeah,
So, I mean, things are going to be different. It's going to be different. Then was probably pre-spawn, early spawn. Now is going to be very end of spawn and post spawn. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Um,
How to, with how things have been going this season. I don't know. Like I seriously thought about picking all rookies this week, just because it just you look in the top 10, top 20 every single Sunday or well Monday, and
yeah.
it's rookies. You're like, what the hell's going on? So
And
I
I
don't
think
know.
that might change as they head up north.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so.
I don't think the rookies have as much experience. Obviously, I don't see any of those rookies really, beating the pants off of St. Lawrence. I mean,
Right,
maybe they will. I mean, just because of the way they've been. But I mean, you got the Johnston brothers on the St. Lawrence, and then
right.
um, yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of the rookies that are up north. I know. There's a Norsetter. He's from I think Cooperstown Baseball Hall of
oh,
Fame, New York,
uh,
and then
Kyle Patrick, Kyle
Kyle
Patrick,
Patrick, yes, and then the other guy from New Hampshire.
um,
Was it Dubé?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know.
yeah.
Anyways, we're here to talk about the St. John's River. Yeah. Um,
Want to just
you
get
want to
into it, or
get into it? Yeah, let's just do it.
all right, bucket A?
Bucket A. I made my initial picks this morning when I was at work, and I've since changed it, at least this group, twice already. Um, I originally started out with John Garrett. I was riding on him, and then I switched to Trey McKinney, and then I switched to Tyler Williams, and now I landed on Pat Walters. I'm gonna go with I'm going with Pat. Like, the dude has been an absolute hammer here. So
Playing
I mean, his
You just played
velocity,
duck duck. You just played duck duck goose over there.
yeah. But I mean, it's just top 10 finish after top 10 finish. I mean, his
Yeah,
worst finish in the last four events here was 10th. So you have to go with that, right?
uh, yeah. Unless you pick somebody that I picked, he doesn't. I don't think he has as much history there, and I'm not sure how many events he's even fished on there. But I'm going with Jordan Lee.
Okay,
Not a rookie, but he's been pretty decent this year.
right. Well, he is the chalk pick,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
and I did I even look at him? I think I did. I looked at him. I put my picks in last night because
Mhm.
we were thinking of doing it last night, but
Right.
waited till today. and I already had him put in, and I didn't even change after I saw the percentages, and it's still early too, so we'll see where it actually works out to be.
Yeah, because I mean, there's still what, a day and a half left
Yeah,
to make picks.
yeah.
So yeah,
And the picks haven't even been up 24 hours, so
right, right. All right. No, I don't dislike that pick at all. I mean, obviously he showed what he can do this past weekend in Florida. So
yeah.
yeah. All right. B group. This one,
I
I still may change my pick in here, but I'm kind of stuck on one guy. But there's a good chance I switch.
I went with, let me just see. Yeah, 26th finish in 2022.
Oh, you're going with Mr. Wacky Rig,
Yeah,
Jake
Jacob
Crosby.
Prosnick.
Yeah. So am I. That's
He does
odd.
pretty well in Florida.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do pretty well in Florida, then chances are you're probably a decent pick because most of the guys hate Florida.
I mean, I'm I tried to put myself in the position of if I was fishing down there this week, the very end of spawn or post spawn, lots of grass. What would I be doing? I'm gonna throw my go-to bait, which is a wacky rig, and I'd be killing it. Kill it.
We need to design the MB uh, wacky rig rod.
You should. I'm gonna have to do some testing. I'm gonna have to put like 4 or 5, just tie up like 5 rods, all with the same wacky, the
Yeah,
same hook, same line, everything. Just 4 or 5 different rods, just to see what I like best.
yeah,
But I think it would also come down to conditions, wind, current, all that
yeah,
stuff plays a big factor. So I don't think there's necessarily a perfect wacky rig rod,
yeah.
but you get it pretty close. I'm sure I already have one that's
Probably
pretty
already
close.
have it. All right, sweet.
Anywho, so we're both on the Perosnik chain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and 7.5%. To me that seems slightly high, but
Yeah.
but it's okay. I like it. I was also thinking about Matt Airy.
Honestly, I actually had Airy last night, and I changed this morning after I kind of looked through the guys. So
Okay. I mean,
Airy's a decent pick too. You're there.
right. I mean, other than that, nobody really sticks out too much. I think obviously Brandon Lester probably a pretty good pick. He's the chalk pick there, but yeah.
All right.
Okay. C group. I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going full on chalkboard pick, John Cox. I don't care if how well he's finished or hasn't finished there. He's going to do it. He's going to fish some grass, shallow water. He's going to throw his electronics out the back and just fish. That's what
Yeah.
I want. Yep.
All right. So my pick is a consistent angler on the St. John's. He's finished 18th, 18th, 23rd, and last 9th. I went with Drew Cook.
Okay. That's solid.
So he's always been in the top 25
Yeah.
since he's gone there. Good value, 5.4%, in that bucket.
Right. I agree. It looks good.
I mean, don't think you go wrong with Hackney or Christie, or I even had Kyle Welcher at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going with Drew Cook, you could also even go with Drew Benton.
Right. I mean, Drew Benton was he was one of the big picks last week, and
yeah,
it kind of fell through. Kind of like one of my picks for the Masters this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
My buddy was running a pool, and so you pick three guys, and then you have a tiebreaker guy in case you end up tying. So I took Scotty Scheffler. Obviously, he's number one in the world. Will be for a while. Guy's a stud. I took John Rahm because he's been playing okay. Won it last year, and I took Bryson DeChambeau. Love Bryson, and I took Max Homa for a tiebreaker. So your tiebreaker only counts if you end up in a tie.
You need it. Yeah.
So Rahm screwed me. You can't win at +9, and then Homa is like 4 or 5 under par, just consistent all weekend, but I couldn't use him. So, anywho, he's my John Rahm.
All right, D bucket.
D bucket.
I'll go with. I'm going chalk pick with this one, Polinick. I think he is. Pull it up real quick here.
31.8.
Let's see, 19. He is 15, or where's the other one? Oh, he wasn't there in 19. Sorry. Like looking for 2019, and he was on the left then.
15 and 20.
Yeah, 15 and 20.
14 and 21. And 20 and 22.
It's another, I mean, just almost like Drew Cook. I mean, he hasn't been killing it there, but he's, solid.
Right.
Solid finishes.
Yep. I am going with, now this is kind of an oddball, but as of right now, I have Mark Menendez.
Not a bad choice. I mean, this is the one tournament that he actually shows up in. So,
right. So 2021, he had a fifth. 2020, the year of the beer flu, where was he? 62. We won't talk about that one. And then third in 2019.
Yeah.
So I don't know, not too. I may change that. There's a good chance I do, but 3.8%. I'm comfortable with that. And I mean, I have nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Yeah. This season is a wash already for me, so I could really care less. But so I'm gonna take some swings here.
Yeah, I mean, you can try to just win that one event,
Right. Yep.
This group, I mean, Brian Schmidt, possibility.
Right.
This is names I'm looking at. I know Cobb, Schmidt, Iconelli, Fighter.
I don't know, man. What the heck has happened with Fighter? The guy was an absolute stick the year he won AOY, and then it's just somebody turned the switch off or put it on dim, and he's just been out.
I mean, you can say the same thing for Welcher this year. You really haven't heard anything from him. So.
Right. Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. E group. We'll go ahead with your Rick Clunn.
Oh, I was going to take Rick Clunn for his 500th tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing as there's one less day of practice, fishing at a time they normally aren't there, I am going with Cliff Prince.
Right.
And not like, if they were in different groups, I'd probably take them both. But at this point, to try and save face, get some extra points, I went with Cliff Prince.
Yeah.
Lives there. Been solid every time they go there. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I like it. I'm also going with Cliff Prince. it is what it is. I mean, the guy's a guy there. He does that for a living, so he should know what he's doing. Uh, Scott Martin, I think, is probably a pretty good pick too. I mean, he's the chalk pick there. John Cruz, I don't know. I don't really get that pick because he hasn't done anything really
Yeah.
lately, especially this year.
I kind of have a feeling that I mean, he has Missile Bates, and I think Cruz is. I don't think he's going to be on the elites too much longer. I think he
Yeah,
might
it
go.
almost seems like he's putting a lot of time and focus into the business, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know because yeah, he's probably just holding on to that elite status by a thread at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are in that situation, and
Yep.
I wish we had like the lists to go off of, but
Right.
Bassmaster
Right.
give us those, and it would be kind of a pain in the butt to try and make those
Yep.
yourself.
And when you look at how well a lot of these rookies are doing this year, and the past couple of years, a lot of these rookies have been doing really well. So they're going to be hanging out for a while. So there's going to be a lot more movement coming in and out. So
I mean, if Bassmasters was smart, they would do a shortened senior tour,
mhm.
so you can keep these names around because right now you know the Bass Pro Tour MLF, they're like bleeding guys,
Right.
and they're, what is it, in a year or two they're going to be down to 50 anglers. So I mean, you're going to get a lot of big names, that have been years and years in the sport that are
Just
going to be looking for a place.
sitting in purgatory.
Yep.
Yep.
And hey, I mean, how many 40, 50, 60-year-old guys who lived the days of all these anglers would tune in to
Right.
watch 5 events a year, 6 events a year, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there you go. You can put in your technology cut. You don't know forward facing sonar. They go back to how they fished in the early 2000s and the 90s, and
Right. I'll have the same boat, the same motor, what
yeah.
10 pounds of fishing tackle, and that's it. Whatever the deal was they had going on back then.
Hey, I
That would
mean,
that would be interesting. No, I think it would be. I think it'd be fun to watch and just to kind of bring some of that history back.
yeah, I mean, you get those names in the sport. Let them have some. A bunch of them still have sponsor deals that are
Oh yeah.
or
Yep.
something, and give them their time.
Yep.
Maybe you can get the Roland Martin and KVD back in it. I don't know. It'd,
Right.
it'd be it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Go back to the 10 fish limit.
Yeah. Yeah. See
Whatever you.
Davey. Could see Davey Hyde out there and all those guys.
I want to say that I can't. Somebody keeps saying that Davey Height needs to come back and fish an open. Like he's only like, I can't remember the earnings, but he's only like 50,000, or I forget what the number is, away from being like a 2 or 3 million. I forget the number.
Hmm.
Like he only really needs to fish an open and do like make the cut or something
Right.
to get there. And they're like, why don't you do it? And he said maybe one day he will.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he's still got it. He's got to.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Weights. What do you got for weight?
I'm gonna go with that magic 20-pound number, just
Yep.
over it, and 82.8.
82.8. I
The
have
funny
80.
thing was I was pretty close last week,
You were, yeah.
and then I changed it.
What did you drop down or
Yeah, I went from, I think I was at like what, 83 something,
82 or 3 something? Yeah.
and I switched to 77. Um, and the funny thing is that the day off for the wind, weather
Right.
delay.
Thursday.
That's the day I switched it because I'm like, oh, weather's gonna have them all funky. It's
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
And if
No.
I just kept still.
Yeah, it is what it is. I didn't think there was any chance at all to go over 80.
Yeah.
But they did. Well, one of them did, so
Yeah.
I have 81.11. So it's tough. I mean, only being able to really go off of mid-February previous events there. I mean, you got a range. So I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to go somewhere in between all of it. So
The way I'm looking at it is like a lot of these events now with forward facing sonar, the weights have gone up.
oh
You know,
yeah,
you
yep,
haven't seen events where the weights have really gone down. I mean,
right,
unless you're fishing the Sabine River and hoping for, you know,
yeah.
7 to 10 pounds a day.
I mean, other than the 2019 where you had what
Oh
the
yeah.
top four guys over 90 pounds. So I
Yep.
don't recall that tournament off the top of my head, but I'm sure the conditions must have been just peak. It must have been optimum, like right there in the spawn,
Yep.
probably, or pre-spawn even.
Well, I think that's kind of when we started our fantasy fishing show back
Right.
then.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Probably go back, and I should have looked back to rewatch that if we did have a session on that one.
yeah.
But all right, drain the lake.
Let's see. I will go with Klun, Krieger, Prince, Prosnick, Schultz, Welcher, KJ Queen, and Trey McKinney.
Okay, I like it. I have Rick Clunn, Scott Martin, Trey McKinney, Cliff Prince, Tyler Williams, Mark Menendez, Pat Walters. Yes, I am burning Pat Walters this week, and Matt Airy.
Cool.
Yep. I don't know. I'd kind of like Walters for one of the South Carolina events or even up north because he does pretty well up north too. But I don't know. I've always put too much focus on drain the lake up north, so I'm trying to put a little bit more focus on possibly trying to win one
Yeah.
down south.
I'm a little upset with myself that I didn't go through and do my spreadsheet and kind of do it for the whole season because I did it last year and I did pretty well. And this year I've just been throwing darts at the wall every week. You
Right.
pick.
Yep. At the wall, that's probably correct. Not at the board. You're just hitting the wall.
All right.
All right.
Anything else?
No, other than it's the typical 7 a.m. launch, 3 p.m. weigh-ins, Thursday through Sunday, tentatively at least.
Yeah.
Yep. That is it.
Cool.
What's just looking for the next event here, Lake Murray, May 9th through the 12th. So that gives us what, 3 weeks off, roughly?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. We'll have to make our picks in 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yep. And then after that, June 13th through the 16th at Wheeler Lake in Alabama. And then Lewis Lake, 2 weeks after that. Yep. All right.
Well, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
He's
Hopefully.
Matt. I'm Scott. Stout
Right.
Sportsman. What's up? You got something?
No, I was gonna say, I hope the odds are in our favor this week because I've gotten absolutely destroyed this year, so I don't know anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm hurting everybody more than I'm helping with giving out my picks and what I think might happen.
Yeah, if you made it this far, just pick who we're not picking.
Right.
We've narrowed down the list a little bit for you.
Yep. Pick Steve Kennedy.
Yeah.
He's gonna win it.
Yeah, it's crazy this year. It's normally I have at least somebody in the top 10 to root for, and
yeah. I had one person fish Saturday or Sunday, and I had no one fishing yesterday.
yeah.
I don't know. Yep. All right. I'm Matt. He's Scott. We're Stout Sportsmen. Let's get out of here.
Stay stout. We out.